Aha!
Working from front to back. We've got that kind of slinger reinforcer bracket there at the front. Then we've got the cross member extension piece, and then we've got this piece here, which is the other way around. The right hand one is on there at the moment. So there's the front one in position. Marked it with a pen, and you can see the threaded hole coming through the hole in the outer seal, and then you come along to the jacking point just beneath the cross member. You can see this shape of the bracket having to line up with that shape there. And I've marked that there on the inner seal with the marker pen, and like I say, I've located that one with a bolt, so they must have been hanging the mini off these things at some point in the production. And then that one literally welds onto the heel board welding plate. Difficult to see, but I will show you that when it's been prepped up and welded on, because I need to obviously get these on there before I start closing this doorstep cavity off. One point I've noticed, when I cleaned up this area here for, same on the other side, for putting the new companion bins in, it was only the residue of the companion bin metal which was holding the B-post to the internal floor panel. So I've welded in this plate here to keep the constant between the joint before I cut that panel out, the companion bin panel out. But I'll probably leave that in there anyway. It's not a purist thing to do, but at least it's a bit of extra meat where this B-post comes down onto the inner sill. So my outer sill is welded on. You can see the plug welds there into the first of the reinforcer brackets, which is now painted the body colour. You come along to the jacking point one, plug welded there and there. That's just to attach the outer sill. And there's the jacking point from inside the cavity of the two sills, and then moving along to the rear bracket, which is tucked away in there. You can see the thread, for whatever reason, must be attaching something, not quite sure what, of the rear reinforcer bracket. And the heel board is now welded finally into position. So we're good to go. Here's the doorstep rear quarter repair. I've opened up those plug weld holes, as I mentioned, to 7mm. Give me time to start melting some of the steel in this area here to get a good plug weld penetration. So yeah, we're ready to go. Got some more 7mm holes for plug welding the companion bins at the back, along the floor. Bit of a tight fit, because it's joggled. I've got to try and feed it in that end and somehow twist it and joggle it underneath the rear quarter, whilst trying to ease it over the top of the outer sill flange as well. Feel it fighting. Oh, there we go. I think with a bit more persuasion, it's got a good joint along there already without any clamps. And I should be able to pull that onto the inner sill as well. Hopefully with my long arms on the spot welder coming in through the door aperture, I should be able to spot weld as well along this joggled flange here, and then run a mix seam over it at the end bit by bit. So yeah, quite pleased with that. Try and get that clamped in, lined up and welded into position. Pointless buggering around with it anymore. Well, I've got this repair panel now clamped in position. It's not too bad. Now I say that bearing in mind that these non-heritage repair panels are, how shall I say, a bit Mickey Mouse. There's not much definition to the shapes, to the curves and the corners, and I think anybody who's used non-heritage panels knows what I'm talking about. So I think I've done pretty well really. This leading edge along the seam has got the natural bow of the door in it, which is what we're looking for. Natural curve along the line. Difficult to see. But we've got those plug weld holes, like I say, 7mm, all ready to penetrate into there. You always end up with little bits of holes and things, like in the end there, which I've done these before and they never seem to line up sufficiently. So I always think you end up by welding in little tags of metal, which isn't ideal, but I suppose that's just the way it is. And the attachment up to the rear quarter is good. Again, this curve's a bit, well, not perfect, but it'll get back into shape. Hold in with a couple of tech screws there. Hopefully I can spot weld along here with the long arms. It's all lining through good with the arch. This is all now been spot welded on. You can see where I've linished back where the arch reinforcement brackets were on. These two holes there, they locate the little flange of the companion bin on the inside, which I'll get to in a later video. But on this side anyway, all looking good. Outer sill on, repair panel and doorstep reconstructed, doorpost reconstructed. Yeah. It's slowly getting there. These nylon brushes, they're available £3 each, I think they are. I think they're from Toolstation or Screwfix, one of the two, you'll find them. They are nylon. They're brilliant for getting paint off and not digging into the metal. Best thing I've found. I've tried all those honeycomb ones and flap discs and all that type of thing, but these nylon ones by a company beginning with A from memory, I can't remember what it is, but they're great. Just tidying up welds and just getting off a bit of primer. No sparks, no metal coming off. Didn't lower that one. Just a bit of paint on that one in one of the recesses. Oh, I love the smell of paint. So we've just moved on to where the rear quarter repair is coming up against the new wheel arch seam. Numero uno. Blowing hot. Starting to flatten the electrodes now. I need to take those out and go give those a bit of a going over again. I can see it literally melting the metal. But yeah, that'll do for now, I think. I can always go around and double up on those spots once I've got everything in position. So I'll probably move on to this inner sill to doorstep seam now. Yeah, so both seams are done now, all along the outer sill to doorstep, complete, and spot welded inner sill to doorstep as well. Backed a few bits down with the hammer just to try and get the shape back. try and pinch some of these joints up, but yeah. Bit of a wipe down with some degreaser. And we can just give a fine coating of primer just to protect it while it's in the workshop. There we go. Not much, because you'll probably come back off again. Get some epoxy primer on it. There we go. Still got some plug welds to do there, filling in that gap between the doorpost panel and the door step. So a good thing about spot welding is no grinding down big lumps of MIG wire after. I'll swap the arms over on the spot welder now, have a look how far round they'll reach, if at all, to get that rear quarter stitched on. They're a bit unwieldy, I must say, because you can't really see what you're doing both sides. I'm on the overlap. Just give that a go. It's not getting too close together. So next to this tech screw here, we can tighten that out and have a look. Pretty good. Around the back in the dark, do you like it? Paint's melted a bit, but super job. I think that's enough for today. I think I'm a bit hot. Catch you later.